Hi everybody, I'm Danny Dancer. I'm the Kidtropolis educator here at Children's Museum Houston, and today's Brain Break is sponsored by HEB. And I am joined once again by my daughter Corey here.
Hello.
And we are here with another snack time.
Snack time!
She did it! She sang this song! She loves this song! I knew it would happen. Thank you, Corey. All right. For today's snack time, we are going to show you how you can make some apple sandwiches. Yes, that is correct. We are going to use apples as our sort of bread slices. We are going to fill them with peanut butter, and then we are going to make them fancy and extra delicious with the topping of your choice. So what you will need in order to make your apple sandwiches, you will of course need an apple. You can use whichever variety apple is your favorite. You will also need some peanut butter. If you'd prefer, you can substitute a different kind of nut or nut-free butter, or you can use something like Nutella. And then you will also need something that you can use to make it taste really good and look extra fancy around the edges. So the three different options that we have here today, we have some raisins, we have mini chocolate chips, and we have some granola. You could also do things like little mini M&Ms, or maybe if you really like craisins, things like that would work well. Now for tools, we need a cutting board. We do need a sharp knife because we're going to be slicing apples, as well as a dinner knife that we can use to spread the peanut butter. And then if you want, you can use a spoon for your toppings. Now Corey and I, of course, have already washed our hands for 20 seconds with soap and water before we've started with any of these materials. We've also washed our apples as well. One more tool that I have, which I'll show to you in just a moment. This is actually a donut shape cutter, but I'm going to use it to help prepare our apples here in just a moment. So, for the first step, we're going to slice our apple up into slices. But rather than slicing them up into wedges, like you might normally, going from the top down, I'm actually going to turn my apple on its side like this. And I'm going to slice my apples through this way. Now you can make these apple slices really thin, or if you like it better, you can make them really thick. It's up to you. Now because I'm working with a sharp knife, this is a good adult step. If you do have a kid who's comfortable using a sharp knife, just make sure that you're standing there helping and watching as they go about this task. All right, so now I have my apple slices, but we have some seeds in the middle. You could cut those out with a knife, works really well, but that's actually where my little donut shaped cutter comes into play. So Corey, I'm gonna have you do this step. All you have to do is center this circle over those seeds and then push down. Very nice, lift it out. You might have to push down on the apple as you lift out. I suppose that's an important step. And then we can kind of punch this little guy in the middle out.
Some of the seeds on this one already.
And some of the seeds fall out on their own. If you want to just poke the seeds out, if you don't mind eating the little bit of kind of rind part that is in the core of the apple, that's fine. We just want to make sure we remove the seeds. So I'm going to hand these over to you. You can complete this step. All right, we have all of our pairs of apple slices prepped and ready to go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a big scoop of peanut butter and we are going to put it on one of those apple slices and spread it around. Now, depending on how much peanut butter you actually like, I would say don't be afraid to make this a little bit thicker because we wanna have a little bit of room around the edges where we will be able to squish our little extra kind of toppings into the peanut butter sides.
I think getting the granola on will be the hardest part.
Granola might be a little tricky. It probably will work best if you don't take those big chunks of granola and instead use more of the small crumbs. So now if I take this the other slice and put it right on top, I have a little bit of a peanut butter apple sandwich. Delicious. Corey, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this over to you. You can work on your sandwich. Now I don't wanna squish too much on this, but I do wanna see if I can get a little peanut butter coming out the edges, just like I have here, because now I can actually add my topping. Now, Corey, I think I can guess which topping you're gonna want to use on your apple sandwich. I think it's gonna be the chocolate chips. Am I right?
How did you guess?
I am really, really smart. Okay, so I'm gonna hand those over to you. I'm gonna go ahead and do one with granola. Since we talked about this one, if we have a really tiny pieces of granola, it makes it really easy for those to just sort of set on that peanut butter. If you want to make it even easier, you can probably just try dipping it in the peanut butter just like that. So I'm going to keep going with this one. Corey's going to finish up hers. We'll make our third with raisins, and we'll show you what our apple sandwiches look like when they are ready to eat. And there we have it. We have our apple sandwiches. We have our granola option, our raisin option, and we have our chocolate chip option. Now for Corey's chocolate chip option, she actually had a really good idea, which was instead of trying to just get the chocolate chips around the edge, she was like, you know what I really like? Chocolate chips. So she actually spread the peanut butter on the apple slice, added the chocolate chips by just sprinkling them on top before putting that last apple slice. If you want a little bit more of the topping on your sandwich, that is a good option to try. So very creative. Well done. I like it.
Thank you.
And meantime, thank you everybody for joining us for today's Brain Break Snack Time, sponsored by HEB. We hope you're having a great week, and we will see you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right, ready to eat? Oh, it's already messy.